Wake Up Talk with Brian Adams. Let's get into it. We have some stuff to discuss, guys and gals. Hope y'all are having a good day. Hope everything is going well, or at least your way. But I took my time to come into, I had to get into my zen when discussing this topic of Wendy Williams. I saw the documentary. I saw both of them, actually, and they weren't good. I mean, at least from the producer standpoint, they weren't good. From the family eye standpoint, it wasn't good. And I want to get into it. It's going to take me some time with this video. I usually try to get on and get straight to the point with these videos, but I have to build you up with this one because it's one of those. It's one of those. I don't know if you've seen the documentary yet, but it was, like I said, it was very interesting. In the beginning, Wendy said that she didn't want to be wealthy. She just wanted to be famous. And that stayed with me some kind of way. She didn't want to be wealthy, but she wanted to be famous. And I get that. I've kind of heard something similar to that along the way from other celebrities, but it kind of sat with me a little bit. It's almost like she's saying that she paved the way, but it's not the way that she wanted it to be. And usually it's kind of opposite. Usually when people pave way pavers, or people that are making iconic type of approach on people's lifestyles and the way we see them, it's usually we want to be famous and wealthy because it comes side by side. Usually, not all the time. Sometimes you can be very, very famous and be broke as a joke, and I get that. You could be very, very famous and be wealthy. You could be wealthy and not very, very famous. And there are some A-list actors, celebrities, and some singers that's actually like that. They're very, 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 very well off, but not a lot of people know. There is some entertainers like that. I think that's stemming back, not to sidetrack, but you remember years ago with that Oprah situation when she went to try to buy the handbags over there and they wasn't trying to sell it to her because they thought that she didn't, I guess, fit the description of somebody that would come and buy those type of handbags. That's what I'm gonna get at. I'm just gonna scale around that. You see how I did that? So it is possible. I said in that situation that music sometimes can go further on earth than TV can. And I'm just going to leave that there. But so I said it to say that, you can be very, very wealthy and not be as famous as your wealth. So it is possible. They asked her also, do she miss her family? And she said no. Now, they did say, but what about, but of course she missed her son. And that's her only son. So, of course, she's going to say she missed Kevin. And she said, yes, but to other people, I get it. We all, even if we're not Wendy Williams, sometimes we have our moments with family. It's one thing to be able to pick and choose your friends, but it's another thing to be able to pick and choose your family. Sometimes people are not, a lot of times, not just sometimes, a lot of times people are not allowed to do it or privy to doing that. You try to get with a team and just stick with them, whether it's family, whether it's good friends, or not. But I try to be, how can I say? I try to be open on both sides. I get that. I get that. That's a really hard pill to swallow when you're talking about one's family, because sometimes you could have issues with the family and you don't really want those issues to be released or, put out there because you're dealing with it, and not everything is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I do get that with that remark with her. But Um, these people, these are new faces. The way they treat Wendy is a new. It's like a new approach. Um, Even the ones when I say her niece and her nephew, not her son. And I do understand that her son is, you know, is very sensitive with her son because I feel like they're trying to paint her son Kevin to be something that he's not. He's a 24-year-old young black man. He has a whole life. He's a celebrity child, an A-list celebrity's child. So he's going to be privy to stuff that most aren't. He's going to have to deal with issues that most don't. I'm sure that if he looks back on this documentary 10 years later, he would probably say there's a lot of things that he wish he would have corrected or he wish he would have not have said or approached differently with this just this document alone. Documentary alone. Sorry, I can't speak. I say that to say because it seems like they're spoon feeding him. They're telling him what to say. They can't tell Wendy Williams what to say, which makes sense. You know, even though she's dealing with her illness, she seems like she's still very feisty. You know, if anything, she's probably more feisty. But that's another conversation too. But I feel like with the son, they're just putting a lot of pressure on him, unnecessary pressure. This is not his lifestyle. This is his mom's lifestyle. The people that are coming at him, those are not his friends. Those are not his family members, or not family members, but those are not his friends. Those are not his acquaintances. Those are his mom's friends and acquaintances. So it's kind of, you know, to have somebody come at you, you're not really familiar with them, for one. One of the scenes I was watching, I think it was in the second part of the documentary, where they're having lunch, and he's stating that he remember being at that restaurant before with her, and she's like, you know, yes, and this is part of the podcast, and she's going forward with the podcast, and she cried a lot too. Side note, she cries a lot. I wonder what that's about, especially when she knows that she's being filmed. She knows that she's being filmed, and I'm wondering if maybe because of her her condition, that it confuses her a little bit. Well, not confuse her, but it gets her in a place where she's a little confused, and she feels like she can't say what she wants to say, so she breaks down. And that's understandable too, if that's the case. I'm not a specialist, but I'm just going by what I observed. And I'm just trying to give it to you from as if you've never seen this documentary, and also try to be not biased. Yeah, try to, you know, give it to you so that with no judgment in there. And it's very difficult to do this. That's one of the reasons why I said this is going to take me some time to come on here and talk to you guys, because and really give it to you in that respective manner. You know, because I will say I wasn't a really big Wendy Williams fan. I wasn't even a Wendy Williams fan at all. But I do know that in the past she's been around for a long time. I do know that in the past she's had some run-ins with celebrities. As far as I know, they were saying something about with Total, the hip hop group Total, was trying to. It came down to the studio one time, trying to fight on her. And it had something to do with, allegedly, with Diddy and the situation, something that she exposed of him or something, or maybe of them, maybe too, as well. I don't know, I'm not sure. But I do know that she has touched a lot of people, and it's not in a good way. Some good, some bad. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she's done a lot for people as far as donations and helping, because she's a celebrity. And if you're in that position, why not do that? You know, that would only be the righteous thing to do. But I say it to say that the son, I just feel my hat goes off to him. You know, it's not going to be easy. It's not easy at all. I mean, this is just what we've been exposed to. We've been privy to being exposed to. So I can only imagine all the other stuff that he's dealing with. The alcohol abuse, allegedly the drug abuse, the issues with the dad, the ex-husband, sorry, Kevin's dad, or Wendy Williams' ex-husband. It's a lot that they're gonna that young man is dealing with, is gonna have to continue to deal with. I just wish him the best. I wish him all the best, and I hope that I hope that the higher powers are in his favor, because he's going to need it. This is crazy, and I don't think that this is going to get easier. I don't think that there's going to be a podcast. From the looks of this documentary, I don't think that Wendy Williams is going to be pretty much doing too much more any more public appearances, or at least I don't think she should be doing much more public appearances. She can heal in privacy. You know, if there's a healing process for her, do it in private. We will miss you, but we would rather see you get better than to see you like this. And that's the truth. That's just the truth. That's whether it's Wendy Williams, whether it's my family member, whether it's your family member, whoever, we would rather see you as a being. We would rather see you, you know, on the way to healing than to see you in the position that you were in this documentary. The son actually mentioned that that they told him that she had an alcohol-induced dementia. Now, the other words that they were pushing out on internet, I can't say exactly what that word. I have to keep practicing it more because I can't say that. But the induced dementia, the alcohol-induced dementia. Of course, I can say that. That's pretty easy. But there's the other scientific terminology for it I can't say right now. But he also spoke about her presence. He said she looked confused and she looked skinny. So, and that's what her son said when he seen her. And I think that was one of those times where he hadn't seen her in a while. And this was something that I think they wanted to capture his reaction to her, how his reaction would be after seeing her after a while. I don't know how long it's been, but it has been some time since he's seen her, I'm assuming. Like I said, I just wish the best for Wendy Williams and her family. Her sister seems to have her best interest, but again, we don't know. Her brother seems to have her best interest, but again, we don't know. And her father is dealing with his ailments as well, but they actually captured them all in the second documentary, the second part of it, which has already been aired and it's come out. So if you hadn't checked it out, I don't know how to wish you with this. Check it out. Check it out for yourself so that you can get an understanding of what's going on. I mean, all of us content creators on YouTube and on social media can give our opinions, but it's one thing to get it from the horse's mouth, literally. I mean, you know, not negative like that, but check it out. Also, speaking of horse's mouth, you know, she took off her wig. Wendy Williams took her wig off, and you know, if anybody know how not just celebrities, but females, period. I grew up with a lot of wig wearers. But I have maybe one time when I was young, I had a relative take their wig off in front of me, and it scared the hell out of me. I was like, what in the heck is going on here? Because I didn't know she wore a wig. But yeah, she took her wig off. So for some people, like I said, it's only been one time I experienced it. And I've been around women all my life. So for somebody to never experience that, that's like seeing somebody take their teeth out their mouth. I only experienced that once. From the same relative years ago. So that's not really a cool thing to do. And like I say that to say that Wendy Williams is not in her right mind. No female celebrity would have done that if they were in their right mind, take their wig off in front and on camera. I'm going to leave you with that. All the best to Wendy Williams and her family and the people that are in her circle that's positive and trying to support her and see her get better. All the best to them. Red Cup Talk with Brian Adams. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe so that you can be part of the content as I drop it. And if you like this, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit that dislike button. Show me some love, okay? Chat with you later. Red Cup Talk with Brian Adams, and I'm out.